Hello, I'm Bill Wright, the Local Grants Administrator for the Office of Local Grants at the Georgia Department of Transportation. Today I'd like to talk to you about how to apply for the Local Maintenance Grant. But first, what is LMIG? The Local Maintenance Grant Improvement Program, also known as LMIG, is funding established for maintenance and infrastructure improvements on county and city-owned roads. The LMIG program was developed in cooperation with the Georgia Municipal Association and the Association of County Commissioners of Georgia. The LMIG program is administered by the Georgia Department of Transportation, or GDOT. Since 2009, the state law has required that a certain percentage of the state motor fuel taxes go towards the LMIG program. Based on state law, the formula for dispersing the funds is set by the GDOT Director of Planning. The formula uses a local government's local population total and total centerline miles, as compared with the total statewide population and the total statewide centerline road miles to determine a local government's annual allocation of LMIG funds. To ensure GDOT uses current mileage numbers for your local government, it is critical that you keep our Office of Transportation data updated on any revisions or changes to your local road system. You can use the online road activity notification form found on the GDOT LMIG page. The following activities are eligible for LMIG funds: preliminary engineering, construction supervision, patching, leveling, and resurfacing, replacing storm drain pipes, and installation of turn lanes. You also have bridge repairs and/or replacements. The following activities are not eligible for LMIG funds: things like street lighting, pedestrian lighting, beautification, walking trails, alleys and parking lots, landscaping, and administrative services. So how does LMIG work? LMIG is a non-competitive grant program. A local government has to apply online every year in order to receive their funds. There is a local match requirement of 10 or 30% depending on your region. Local governments within a Transportation Investment Act region are required to have a 10% local match. That includes the River Valley region, the Central Savannah River Area region, the Heart of Georgia region, and the Southern Georgia region. All other remaining counties and cities are required to have a 30% local match. Cities around Georgia have already taken advantage of LMIG funding to invest in their community. Here are a few examples.
My name is Michael Caldwell and I'm the 31st Mayor of the City of Woodstock. I served for 8 years in the Georgia House of Representatives. I am the Vice Chairman of the Atlanta Regional Commission. I'm on the Georgia Technology Authority, and I get to be the 31st Mayor of the coolest city in Georgia.
My name is Betty Kaysen and I'm the Mayor of the City of Carrollton. I've just begun my second term here, but I have been in city government for about 17 years prior to becoming the mayor. Our biggest projects that we use LMIG for is resurfacing our roads and working with sidewalks for our city, because this is an ongoing expense for every city.
We use LMIG entirely for road resurfacing here in the city. We've got 10 resurfacing projects going on this year that'll total to about two street miles worth of road resurfacing here in the city.
As part of the application process, a local government must submit their list of projects. The projects must equal and/or exceed the local government's formula amount plus their local match. For example, if your formula allocation is $100,000 and your local government's match requirement is 30%, then your project list must have a total in value dollar amount equal to or over $130,000.
For 2024, we got $335,000 from LMIG, and then we've gotten some additional funding too. So based on the amount of money we get, we look at the mileage of how many miles that amount will cover.
Yeah, this year was right about $359,000 before our 30% match. So that makes for a huge difference. We've got 111 road miles here in Woodstock that we have to get repaved. And so obviously that's not going to be enough to do all of that, but without that partnership, we really would have a much more difficult time maintaining the street quality that we've got here in Woodstock.
Typical resurfacing and maintenance projects are expected to be completed within 1 year of receiving the LMIG funds, unless it is necessary for a local government to combine fiscal year allocations for a bigger project. Funds can be rolled up to 3 fiscal years when the project list is approved by GDOT. All projects are locally managed and the responsibility of the local government. All projects identified on a project list shall be constructed in accordance with GDOT's standard specifications, construction of transportation systems, the current edition, supplemental specifications, and our special provisions. On GDOT's LMIG website, you can find a spreadsheet of every local government's formula amount for the current and last 2 fiscal years, along with the match requirement, the road mileage, and population. How have Georgia cities benefited from LMIG? It's GDOT's aim with the LMIG local program to ensure that we get the funds to the local government quicker, more efficiently, so that they can do their projects quicker.
It's a vitally important program for us. We have 111 street miles through the city here in Woodstock, and getting those to the quality that they need to be to make sure that our citizens are served well obviously takes more than just LMIG, but without that partnership with GDOT, we would have a significantly more difficult time delivering on that promise.
And everybody likes to have good streets, because when people come into town, a lot of times they judge the city by the condition of their streets and sidewalks.
What is the LMIG application process? Every summer, GDOT mails out letters to the mayors and chairpersons within the state. The letters contain information on how to electronically apply, the total award amount, and the contact information of your district state aid coordinator. The application process consists of 3 items: a project list, which is typed in the online application, a cover letter, which is attached in the application, and a signature page, which is attached in the application as well. Now, the signature page must include the local government seal and the notary seal. The application process begins in July of each year. All electronic LMIG applications must be received no later than February the 1st of the following year. To receive grant funding, local governments must be in audit compliance with the Georgia Department of Audits and Accounts, and also with the Georgia Department of Community Affairs for their Service Delivery Strategy Act.
The application takes minutes to complete. It's a wildly simple process. GDOT makes this straightforward, and I can say on behalf of the cities of Georgia, we're grateful for that.
I think the application was due in November, and by the 1st of December we had our checks.
So here's a tip. If your local government is not in audit compliance, we still recommend that you go into the LMIG portal and start a draft. That lets us know that your intent is to apply. Once the local government is back in compliance, you can go back into the portal and submit your application. GDOT has created 3 short tutorial videos to walk local governments through the process of creating an account and applying via the LMIG portal. Remember, these are your funds. Don't leave money on the table. Should you have any questions, we ask that you contact your district state aid coordinator or our local grants office. We'll be glad to help you in any way. A link to the application portal, tutorial videos, LMIG guidelines, and formula amounts can all be found by scanning the QR code that you see on your screen.
Use GDOT's resources. Every official, every staff member should be on this website, should be communicating actively with their GDOT contacts. The Georgia Department of Transportation is a spectacular partner. And if you treat them like a partner and you work with them and you meet them in the middle, it's amazing what you can accomplish together.
Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing your LMIG submission application.